You know what it is, you know who it is. It is Rich Warrior Lifestyle Podcast, and I am the main man, the God himself, Trig, the Rich Warrior. Let's go. We got a banger, baby. We got a banger. I'm hearing a lot of noise out here. I'm hearing a lot of noise, man. And to me, it just don't make no sense. You feel me? You know, I always got my notes, my clipboard, baby. I might have to write something down, you feel me? And, you know, I'm so in tune with this topic that I really don't have to have notes, but I want to kind of stay on, you know, a certain type of track. You know, I want to stay in a certain type of lane that I want to, you know, things that I want to address more so than others. But today's episode is good health is your number one priority. Good health is your number one priority. Man, let's get into it, man. The first topic I like to talk about what I have like benefited from for these last, I'll say year, maybe almost 2 years, but I don't think so, but which is good quality, deep sleep. I'm hearing a lot of people, well, I can say a lot, but I'm hearing some things about, you know, sleep is for suckers, sleep is for when you're dead, and sleep is, you know, whatever. And this coming from somebody that only really got real good quality sleep in the past year to almost 2 years, between a year and 2 years. And man, I love it. It's been a game changer. Not to say I've been getting lousy sleep my whole life, but that light is bright. Hold on, y'all. Shit bright as a mother. That's on me. You gotta get up off. Hold on, will that affect what I'm doing? I think so. We still gonna keep it live, y'all. We still gonna. No, that joint is on me. I don't want that my face. Ew. As long as it ain't beaming on you, boy. But yeah, we back, man. But yeah, good quality sleep, man. I just started to really get some good sleep. And it's been a game changer. The first thing I noticed was my able to keep a more positive attitude and higher energy, physical energy for longer periods of time. I would say positive and physical energy endurance is much greater when I've been, you know, getting better quality sleep, getting into that deep sleep, you know, not waking up in the middle of the night, you know, waking up feeling good, going to sleep feeling good, you know, waking up feeling just refreshed. And man, it's just, for me, it feels like a blessing to me, because I didn't even know that I wasn't getting this type of sleep. I thought what I was getting was, you know, just normal for me. You know, it was good sometimes, but, you know, this is a lot better. This is a lot better, you know, and I noticed this when I had a situation where I had insomnia for like 3 days, man. And I'm like, the severity of it was like, you know, like people tell you sleep deprivation is real, man. You start just not thinking clearly, not thinking rationally. You paranoid a little bit. I was thinking like, man, am I ever gonna go to sleep again? That's how like out of there my thoughts were. So, but it forced me to start to research and study how to get, you know, I think I did an episode on that already, but how to get this good sleep. But yeah, man, I definitely think that's one of the number one priorities when it comes to having good health is having good quality deep sleep. Good quality deep sleep, man. I'm able to, like I said, have a more positive attitude longer because I noticed that like I'm not really negative. I'm not a negative person for real. But I notice when I get tired, or you know what I'm saying, I get more susceptible to negative or unwanted thoughts. I get lazy in my thinking. You know, I might be just physically half doing something when I would usually just go ahead and do it all the way through, do it right the first time. Or if I'm tired, I might just do it half-assed and then have to go back and do it over. So definitely that good sleep. I noticed that difference when I, versus having good sleep and not. I noticed that difference for sure, the endurance and my energy and my attitude for sure. Next thing on the list is when people say, man, well, I ain't gonna say when people say, but my point is right here is that like when you have good health, and for me, I've been free of illness since not being sick, period, since 2014 and been fit the entire time. Since 2014. And the next topic is being sick. Like I remember hating being sick, like hating how that feel. Stopped up nose, coughing so hard, your chest hurt, your throat hurt, sore throat, headaches, you know, fevers. Like, you know, being sick is just like, you're not thinking straight. You physically don't want to do nothing. You might miss days of work. You might not perform like you really want to perform, you know, whatever you're doing. Yeah, man, it's just like you're definitely gonna have to spend more money than you usually would if you were already had good health, money on medicine, maybe going to the doctor, you know, you're not the being sick, not being able to think clearly and had energy to do certain things. You might have to, instead of cooking your own food, you might have to order something. You're weak. You don't feel like doing it. So definitely being sick, man, is just gonna cost you in so many ways, man. And that's just another reason to, you know, get on track towards good health, you know, being free of illness, being free of disease, you know, having that high energy, having that positive attitude and things like that. Next on the list is, I touched on those two, energy versus being tired. And we could talk about that a little bit. Like, you know, I'm definitely satisfied with the things that I do when I'm more energized versus I'm tired. You know, you're still gonna get tired in life, you know what I mean, depending on what you do at certain points of your life. But when you start off with that good energy, you know, eventually you're gonna get tired, but at least you started off in a place of where you have more clarity, you have more enthusiasm, more positivity. You know, you expect to do good when you're feeling good and things like that. I know at least I do, you know, versus you being waking up tired, being drained from the day before, or just out of nowhere, you just don't have the energy. You know what I'm saying? I still know how that feel sometimes. So, but I know where it comes from. So it's just being aware. Next on the list is, we're gonna go to mental, like, you know, mental illness. I believe that, it's my belief from my perspective, that the people that are sometimes the hardest to deal with, or, you know, just going through like mental and emotional disturbances, I noticed that they eat heavily processed foods. They don't work out, or they rarely work out. They, you know, try to make everything easier to their detriment. Meaning, like, some people, they have to park in the front of the store. Walking from the back is just too much for them. They have to park in the front. They don't want to stand up for too long. They leaning on stuff. They got to sit down instantly when they go somewhere. whether they got to keep getting back up. It's just like, the lack of physical strength and endurance has them just looking lazy. It definitely looks lazy, and for you not to be able to or even want to like work through the comfort of standing for a longer period of time than you usually would, or walking from the back of the parking lot. It's about, you know what I'm saying? So like, especially around holiday season, like you're not gonna get in the front. So you're not gonna go to the mall because you gotta walk from the back of the mall. That's good exercise. You're exercising, you're walking, getting fresh air, you're walking with family, talking with them, you know what I'm saying? Just be careful doing what you're doing. But like, I noticed that like a lot of people with the mental disturbances, they don't, in my opinion, eat healthy foods. They rarely exercise, if they even exercise. They got negative thoughts. They got negative perspectives. They consume negative content, whether it's on YouTube, TV, music, conversations, gossip. It's just like a never ending, it's like a cycle of just negativity. And I believe that mental disturbances and like illness comes from being in that cycle and not breaking that cycle, which is one, something that's, that'll get you towards the direction you want to go to. You know what I'm saying? So definitely. The next is physical body pain and discomfort and image. When your health is not right, man, you're not stretching, you're not working them muscles. You feel me? Like you at times. And then when you're working out, you're used to some discomfort and pain. So but it's for a good reason. So it doesn't bother you as much than somebody that just doesn't exercise and they getting physical discomfort or pain from sleeping wrong or missing a step or, just out of nowhere, you're not stretching. So you're, not moving your body as much. So could be more probable to like injuries or, what they call them, I'm gonna say strains, straining your muscles because you're not working them as much, joint issues and things like that. So yeah, man, and the physical body image, you deep down know that like, man, you know what you like looking at, you know how you truly really want to feel, you're not really satisfied by where you at. And that could cause go back to the mental illness part, like, you being down or you being mad at yourself or you being jealous of somebody else, that physical, being not physically fit and healthy. And you don't have to just be super cut and ripped, but just being your body just looking natural, meaning like not too much excessive skin and like just shape more naturally to your true body weight that you should have. You know what I'm saying? It's just not super gut, arms flimsy, no type of muscular, structure that you could see from this person. Like, so that's another thing, man. And self-esteem goes with that as well. Like, it boosts your self-esteem when like, man, this is my body, this is my health. And I went from being unhealthy, sick, not feeling good to look where I'm at right now, man. Like, I'm doing better, bro. Like, I've been doing this for the last, 10 days, man. I can feel it. I'm feeling better already. Because in the beginning, man, you could see them results fast, but you feel it even more, like, because you're going from like a detriment to like feeling that positivity. Like, man, I feel much better, bro. I feel much better. And that cycle of emotion and thinking keeps you going. You know what I'm saying? Because you feel so much better. You're starting to see the changes and things like that. So yeah, man, keep it going out there. So another thing is, especially as a man, protection, man. When people see you fit and you healthy on a physical level, they like, whoa, I don't really want to I don't really want to, you know what I'm saying, tussle with bro. He might, you know what I'm saying? He look like he got the energy and the muscles. Like I want something easy. I don't want this to be hard on me. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, that matters, bro. When people see you in public and they see you got muscles and you know what I'm saying? Like, or you just lean and you look like you just got that energy. You alert. You got that clarity. And that's another thing mentally as well. People don't want no smoke with you when they want to. People don't want to manipulate you for to your detriment, or they want to just play games with you mentally to get you in a space where you confused, you're mad, you're sad, you're angry. You know what I'm saying? When you got that mental clarity, that mental sharpness from being healthy, you can see it before it happens. You can sense it, you can feel it. You know what I'm saying? You back to your true self, your true nature. You can start to sense and feel things a lot faster. And sometimes that intuition kicks in. It's my belief that, man, once you start loving yourself, you start taking care of yourself, you get back to your true nature. In my opinion, you get aligned with that God force, that the source of who you really are, which is greatness, which is perfection. You know what I'm saying? Then you start to have better intuition. You start to, have better habits and things like that. So yeah, man, definitely, man. It could definitely protect you, yourself, and your family and the people you love. And another thing on the list is self-love and self-respect. For sure. You when you look in that mirror and you look back and you see where you are now, you just love yourself. You're like, yo, this another victory right here. This is another win. And you respect yourself because of that. You know it wasn't easy. You know what I'm saying? You know it wasn't easy. You had to come straight home after work. You got it in. You got the workout in. You was tired. You had to stop a couple times, but you finished it though. You finished it, man. You love yourself that much more because you know that, like, yo, this was tough and I did it. Man, what can I do? I could do anything. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing that I can't do. Because that's how I felt like when I got in the best shape of my life, man. And I'm not at the best shape of my life, but I love where I'm at. But I'm gonna get back because to me it's real vain. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just something fun to do to just get super cut, super abs, and you know what I'm saying? My stomach flat. I'm still got the look, when I put on the clothes and stuff like that. But it's more vain. But when you able to do that, you proud of yourself. You love yourself. You like, man, I did that, man. I did that for real. So yeah, man. Yes, sir. Let's keep it going. We're running through this quick, man, because there's no reason for us to just drag this along and all of this extra talk about. I mean, it's interesting and it is beneficial, but when you just starting off or you just, you got a busy schedule, you want to just stick to, man, this stuff is simple. It's not hard. It's not hard, man. So what else we got on here? Okay. Relationships, man. You can build some of the best relationships with people that love themselves enough and respect themselves enough to say, I'm sick and tired of looking like this and feeling like this. Man, I'm going to the gym. I'm going to go read this health book. I'm going to go to this conference. I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to go eat something healthy. When you go to these places, when you do these things, man, you meet different people. You meet people that you uplift and they uplift you, and you can build a relationship. You can even marry somebody off of being in these places or reading these books or having these common interests. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, man, like the relationships. I just went to an event in Chicago and it was amazing. I met at least 3 or 4 people there that are big on health and wellness and fitness, man. And I love what they was talking about. They was loving what I was talking about. We all exchanged numbers. And now we just, I'm gonna have one on the podcast, man. He got some amazing for y'all, for real. And I'm excited. I haven't tried it yet, but when I hear the passion of him talking about it and the other people in the group that were, vouching for the stories and stuff like that, man, I'm excited. I'm super excited about it. But it's like, yeah, man, once you start to love yourself and change the things that you know you should change, especially your health, your body. You know what I'm saying? It's with you all the time. It's with you all the time. So when people see that you taking that serious, man, they take you serious. And then you continue to take yourself serious, man, you'll attract people, circumstances, and situations that will continuously come into your life, and you will feel rewarded, you'll feel love, you will be loving. And yes, man, this is the topic today, man. Good health is your number one priority. What good is it to have, all the material things that you want, but you have consistent migraines. You got diabetes so bad that they're ready to cut your limbs off. You have cancer and you feel bad, like you don't have the energy to walk sometimes, but you got the Lexus, you got the Maybach, or whatever you got the big house, but you miserable. You're miserable, you're mentally and physically like in pain and discomfort. What good is it? You can have both. You can have both. I have both. I'm not the wealthiest man in the world. And it's not my desire to, man. I just do what I like to do. But when it comes to finances, my finances are in good health. I have 2 businesses, and these are brand new businesses that I started, but even in the past, I've done well in the industries that I've been in, and I'll continue to do well, especially in the businesses that I started, because you know what? I have a passion for them. I have solutions that will help people. So yeah, man, align yourself with making good health your priority, and just watch the magic happen in most, if not all, areas of your life. And man, this is it. You already know. It's Trig the Rich Warrior. And this is Rich Warrior Lifestyle Podcast. Let's go.